Hello everybody, my name is Arethea Brooks and welcome to my channel here at Essentials to a Journey, where we discuss all things self-care. I am a mindset and self-care health coach, but specifically on this channel I focus on self-care. If you are interested in any of my mindset stuff, check the link down below and that will take you right over to my mindset channel. So with all that being said, welcome to my channel. If it is your first time, if you're returning, welcome back. And let's go ahead and get into today's topic of discussion, which is around the topic of our health and beauty routine in regards to supplements. So there are some things that I like to point out in regard to health and wellness when it comes to our beauty routine. A lot of us like to think about beauty and wellness when it comes to just the physicality, the physical part of ourselves. And while that is a very important aspect of the health and beauty routine, we also have to be mindful of our intake. So what this is basically the foods we're putting into our bodies, also the supplements that we put into our bodies, as well as what we're drinking. And what I'd like to focus predominantly on today is our supplements and how we can use our supplements to the betterment of our health and our beauty routine. Now, regardless of what age you are, I think everyone should have some sort of supplemental routine for their health and their beauty care. If you are at a certain age where you are not as young as you used to be, I think your routine needs to be a little bit more focused upon and maybe even just looked at in a more in-depth way, is what I want to say. So when it comes to, again, our health and our beauty routine, we like to focus on the foods. We want to consider what we're putting into our bodies, but we also are able to take our food and the nutrients that we are receiving from our food, and we can pair that with supplemental vitamins, herbs. So for me specifically, I'm not as young as I used to be, but I am young, and we are all young. We're young. We're as young as we allow ourselves to be, and I think youth starts in the mind. But I think when it comes to health and beauty, we really have to consider what it is we're taking and not just look out into the environment and say, okay, well, what is the latest fad? A lot of people like to fall into the fad routines of, what is everybody doing and what is the thing that will keep me the youngest looking? And I think while that's nice and cute, it's not ideal. The way to go about health and beauty is to do it from a individualized place. So wherever you are, it's going to be different for every person, wherever you are in your life, whether you're at a certain age, whether you are, a certain ethnic group, it's going to be different for everyone. And I would say consider those factors first before you start reaching out to consider certain types of supplement or herbs or specific even foods. I think that it would be most successful or the most ideal thing to do would be to consider those factors. So if you're taking that into account, then you're able to figure out a better plan for yourself when it comes to supplements, when it comes to the right foods to eat. So when it comes to your supplements, some things that I will say, that I use personally that are my go-tos, regardless of, what the day is or how old I am or what the season is I always like to keep vitamin D, vitamin K. As a woman, our bodies constantly changing, whether you are childbearing, whether you're younger and you're in your 20s and you're just kind of like wanting to have your best glow and keep your skin at a certain level of pH because, maybe you are prone to more outbreaks. You want to make sure that you have great gut health, because the skin, it starts with the gut. Our gut will basically, if we have a healthy gut, then our skin we're more likely to have a successful beauty routine if our skin is up to par. So you want to consider the possibly probiotics that you're using. You want to make sure you have great gut health, along with the vitamin D3. You also want to make sure you're getting some vitamin C, and this isn't just great for your skin, but it's also great for your immune system, your immune support. I would also say, as a woman, having multivitamins are wonderful. This is a great way to combine a bunch of different, vitamins and nutrients to pair with the foods that you have, to help you stay in alignment with health and wellness, as well as a great beauty routine. So considering your multivitamin and making sure you get the right amount of vitamins. And I also just want to bring to everybody's attention too that, like, vitamins and supplements can only take us so far, but they aren't meant to be just a standalone, like, this is the thing that's going to change my routine. If I just have the right supplements and herbs, this will change everything. While these things are great and they're meant to be just that, support, not just to be the overall picture of your health and wellness routine. So you want to make sure that you're eating the right foods for yourself, for your diet, for your individualized diet. So making sure that you pair the right foods with the right supplements. Some other supportive, especially like skincare and wellness supplements that I like to add is olive leaf. This is great for the skin, but also I think, and this is for every woman, but also women that are getting a little bit older, you want to consider, especially if you are, I want to say in your 30s, you want to possibly even consider adding, glutathione or L-glutathione or liposomal NAD+. You also might want to consider just pairing both glutathione with liposomal and NAD. And these things are great. And the reason I consider this is because it's great for cellular health. So as you get older, your body produces less NAD. And because of that, it would be great to add an NAD supplement. And this is something that you can take on an empty stomach. What this does is it helps the cellular membrane, but it also helps cellular energy. So even if you're not like a coffee drinker and you notice that you want to have more energy throughout your day, maybe this will probably be more supportive for you. But I would also suggest that you consult with your physician. So even though I'm giving you guys this sort of advice on what I'm doing personally, I think you should first and foremost consult with your physician to make sure that this is not counterintuitive, that it's not, counterproductive to your routine. So make sure I am not a health physician. Again, I'm a health and wellness coach. So make sure you're asking your physician if this is something, if any or all of these supplements or herbs if they're going to be productive for you or it's going to be beneficial to your health and wellness. So you want to make sure that is in alignment with your routine. But I think, liposomal, NAD and glutathione paired together. And you also, if you are taking this, make sure that you're doing it. I would say try not to do it in a supplemental, like a capsule. I like to take I take liposomal NAD in a glass and I mix it into my water. But the glutathione, I will take that as a supplement. And I do this first thing in the morning after having 1 glass of water. But this is great for longevity. This is great for your beauty routine. It's great for healthy aging. So these are just a couple of things that I add to my self-care routine. It's almost like, if you can say, it really is like biohacking your wellness and your beauty routine, if you can add some supplements along with a great, well-balanced diet, your health and beauty routine will, it's like your success rate for your health and wellness improves. So these are just some things that I think we should consider as women, instead of just reaching for the creams, reaching for the going to doctors, and no offense to anybody that does have surgery. I think you should do whatever fits you best and what works for you. But I think before we start reaching for things that are a little bit extra, if that's the right word, maybe just consider what you already have, and things that are just a little bit more low maintenance that you can add on a day-to-day to help you, even for longevity reasons, not necessarily for the reasons of like, I'm trying to cure something now, but you're thinking long-term. You're thinking about preventative measures. So I hope this has been helpful. If you've liked this, please hit the like and share this with somebody that's close to you that you think would also really enjoy this content. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And if you like this content and you're interested in learning about the mindset part of all of this, head on over with the link in the bio section to or in the link to this video, to go ahead and go on over to my mindset channel. Again, thank you for tuning in, and I hope this has been super helpful. Until next time, I wish you lots of peace, light, and much love.